That's $3,276. That is a lot of money. That's more than most people getting pay raises a year. And that's some money you can set aside. And so, and this adds up just over a 5-year period. That's $16,000 over 5 years. That is some significant savings right there. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having a great day today. Well, today's video, we're going to discuss a topic that came up when I went and interviewed my sister. She recently purchased an electric vehicle, a Kia EV9. And one of the things that she mentioned is cost savings and the convenience, and how she doesn't have to worry about oil changes or get her transmission service because her gas car transmissions start to go out, and not have to worry about all these maintenance issues that you get with internal combustion engine vehicles. I also came across a video from a creator named Regina Bell, and she kind of laid it out as far as all the commuting costs because her job was relocated in the drive. And I know a lot of people are being recalled back to the office and they have to commute again. And so if you own a gas vehicle, you want to go watch this video because I'm going to break it down. And she talks about how expensive it is to drive back and forth to work. And then I'm going to break down some math and show you how with an electric vehicle, you can potentially save yourself a lot of money. So let's go ahead and get into this.
I made a video a while back on how my job moved 65 miles out from base, and they randomly did this. And now I drive 130 miles a day just to get to work. I did not realize how much it was going to cost me to keep my job. Now I'm gonna break it down to you all. I did not realize all the gas that I was gonna utilize. I didn't realize all the car maintenance that came with that. I've always been big on taking care of my car. Since my job has decided to move, I am paying $400 a month in gas. So that's about $4,800 a year. Also, I have to get your fluid levels checked. I get all of those topped off, transmission, radiator, all the fluids, brake fluids. That cost me $2,300. Okay, then we have to look at the tires. I have to put new tires on my car. That's like $800 and some dollars. Now my car can go up to 5 to 6 months without me getting the oil change. But since I drive 130 miles a day, I have to get an oil change every 3 months. So I'm paying $100 and some dollars, when I get my oil change. So that's $400 a year for the oil change. I have the gas saving car is a Toyota RAV4, it's the Eco, so it saves a lot of money. Roughly, I'm paying about $10,000 a year or more. That's how much I'm paying to keep my job. So actually $10,000 or more is being deducted from my annual salary. So that's a loss for me right now, but I can't quit my job.
Wow, that's a lot of money, $10,000 a year. And so she's commuting 130 miles a day. That's a long way. So 65 miles each way. And plus, there's a lot of driving in between because if you saw the note at the bottom, she says actually more than $400 a month or $4,800 a year just for gas. And she also mentioned that she's spending $2,300 a year to get her fluids changed and also $400 a year for oil changes. And she did mention tire changes, but that's going to be routine maintenance on any vehicle. And also she mentioned that her battery had to be replaced, but that's also routine things on vehicles. For example, I had to get my battery replaced on my Rivian R1T. So this is a lot. And she also stated she's driving a Toyota RAV4 hybrid, and that vehicle gets 38 highway, 41 city. So very good gas mileage on the vehicle. So a comparable vehicle to her would be something like the Chevy Equinox EV. And so we're going to look at these numbers and see how much it would cost her to make that commute versus a hybrid vehicle that gets good gas mileage. But you'll see with an electric vehicle, the longer your commute, the more money you're going to save over time. And the faster that savings is going to pile up because you don't have to worry about the oil changes. So we can take away that $400 right there. And also the fuel fluid changes. There's no transmission fluid. Now later on down the line, there may be some fluid changes that may have to happen for the coolant, for the battery system, but that's normally like at 20 or 30,000 miles. And the next one may be 100,000 after that, but that's not a routine thing. And then of course, you're going to have your average tire rotations, which she is adding to a $10,000 figure, but I'm going to back these things out. And so I'm going to go ahead and break out my calculator, and we're going to go ahead and look at some numbers. And okay, right here I have a car driver pulled up, and it has a 2025 Chevy Equinox EV. And you can see the price on this vehicle. The MSRP is $34,995 to $44,000. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. And plus, this vehicle qualifies for the $7,500 tax credit. So that is very competitive. That's pretty darn good, actually. That's competitive and comparable with a gas car. And we're going to look at the RAV4 also and see how much that costs, but I'm sure it's going to be around the same amount, if not more. And so right here, that's another picture of the Chevy Equinox EV. And you also have the Chevy Blazer, which is a more sportier version of this. But as you can see, nice vehicle. And let's just kind of look at some of the specs that we have with this vehicle. The estimated EPA range is 319 miles, and I've heard people are actually getting a lot more than that. And it's a 5-seater, and it has a 3-year warranty, 36,000 miles, plus there's going to be an 8-year, 100,000-mile warranty on the battery and the drive components. And as far as the Chevy Equinox is concerned, it says range and charging and battery life. So all Equinox EVs come with the same battery pack, although the range estimates vary depending on the powertrain configuration. Front-wheel drive models offer up to 319 miles of range at EPA estimates, while the all-wheel drive versions drop that down to 285 miles. In our real-world 75-mile-per-hour highway range test, both versions of the Equinox EV delivered a result of 260 miles, which he thinks comes down to different wheels and tires in our test cars. All models come with DC fast charging capability, and Chevy says it can add up to 70 miles of range of battery life in 10 minutes. So with this vehicle, you're looking at getting around 3 miles per kilowatt hour, which is important for when we break these numbers down. Let's look at the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid. And this is a 2024 RAV4 Hybrid, and you see the price ranges from $31,000 to $40,000. Of course, that doesn't include a tax credit. And this is a similar size of the Chevy Equinox EV. And you'll see that you add the tax credit in, the Equinox is going to be less expensive. And I already stated this vehicle gets around 40 miles per gallon on average. So that's pretty good. So these are the two vehicles we're going to compare. And we already have the numbers from her, although I am missing some data. Like, I don't know the gas prices in the area that she lives. I don't know the in and around driving. I can kind of guesstimate because the price of the gas is going to make a huge difference. So, and even I just tried to do the calculations before. I can't mesh those numbers down because I cannot come up with the gas prices, but I can speculate. I also don't know what region she lives in, so I'm just going to use the national average for gas, and I'm also going to use the national average for electricity. And right now, the national average for gas is $3.19. Of course, if you live on the West Coast, it's going to be a lot higher. So just depending on where you live, but I'm using the national average. And you can do these same numbers, just plug in the numbers for your area, the electricity rates, and also the fuel rates. And fuel rates fluctuate. I mean, right now, it's $3.19. In 2 weeks, it can be $5 a gallon, so who knows. But electricity rates will stay relatively stable. So let me go ahead and pull my calculator up here. And so we do have some known numbers and just show you what the potential savings can be. And so where she says she's spending $400 a month just in gas alone, we do know that she's driving 130 miles round trip, and that's just for the commute. That's not the in and around driving. As she stated, it's actually a lot more than this. So 130 miles, and there's 22 work days in a month. And so she's driving 2,860 miles a month just for the commute only. That's not calculating sitting in traffic or anything like that. And so let's just take the national average of gas and see how much it's going to cost her per month to operate her vehicle. And again, we're just talking about the commute only, not all the in and around driving, which obviously she does, as she stated. So that's a total of 2,860 miles. And we do Toyota RAV4, we're going to use 40 miles a gallon. So we're going to divide this by 40, the number of miles. And that's 71 gallons of gas. And at $3.19, that is $228.85. So this is a lot lower than the number that she provided, the $400 a month. Again, I'm only talking about the commute only. And so, again, I don't know what the gas prices are in our area. And so if gas is $4.50, it'll change these numbers drastically. And I'll just show you this. So at 28.60, just divide this by 40. And again, that's 71.5 gallons. And then we're going to times that times $4.50. And that's $321. So that's closer to the number that the $400 a month, and then some in and around driving on the weekends would definitely push that over $400. So again, that's an unknown, but we're going to just use the national average. And so let's do it just times this times $3.19. Again, $228. And so what would it cost if she was driving in an electric vehicle? And we're going to use a national average for electricity, which is around 17 cents per kilowatt hour. So let's use these same numbers. So she's driving 2,800 miles. So 2,860 divided by 3, and that's 3 miles per kilowatt hour. And so that's going to be 953 kilowatt hours. So driving 2,860 miles is going to use 953 kilowatt hours. However, we're going to have to add in the charging losses while you're charging. And we're going to use 10%. So we're going to divide this by 0.9. And so we're going to say 1,059 kilowatt hours used for this. And we're going to times this times 17 cents, which is a national average for electricity. And we're looking at $180. And so that is a significant difference, even when you add in the charging losses. So now let's check out the difference between the two. So we know the Toyota RAV4 is going to cost $228, and then we're just going to minus $180, which will be the cost of the Equinox. That's $48 a month. That doesn't sound like a lot, but that adds up over time. So this is times 12. Again, gas savings alone, that's $576. And then you add in the oil savings for the oil changes, that's $400. And then you add in the fluid changes that she stated that she is paying $2,300. That's $3,276. That is a lot of money. That's more than most people getting pay raises a year. And that's some money you can set aside. And so, and this adds up just over a 5-year period. That's $16,000 over 5 years. That is some significant savings right there. $16,000 over 5 years. And this is, I'm using the national average. And this is if gas prices stay at $3.19. And as we all know, gas prices fluctuate. They're going to go up, they're going to go down, but we always know they're going to go up. And electricity rates, they do go up, but they're more stable. And plus, then a lot of these electricity companies have pricing plans where you can get reduced electrical rates if you charge your vehicle during a certain time. So you can have savings right there. So just right here by itself, she can save herself over $2,000 a year. And one of the things she stated is like, it's basically like taking a $10,000 cut in pay because all the commuting costs. So if you're in a position where now you have to commute back and forth to work and it's costing you more money, this here is a perfect opportunity for you to switch over to an electric vehicle, especially if you can charge at home. You can save yourself a lot of time, not having to worry about going to the gas station, all these trips to get the oil changes. She says she's doing this 4 times a year. And I did check, it is $100 to get an oil change on the Toyota RAV4. So this is the same thing my sister stated. And as far as her business, it should help her save money. That should cut overhead in order and allow her to make more profit in her business because she does a lot of city driving. But I hope you can take advantage of this. There's a lot of good deals out there. You don't have to purchase a vehicle. You can lease one if you want to. But even if you purchase one, you can get, as of right now, we still have that $7,500 tax credit they can use and get a good deal on a vehicle and save yourself a lot of money in the process. They're also going to need some home charging, but that'll be in my next video where I discuss some options for installing a charger that can save you a lot of money. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And also, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. But that's all I have for today. I'd like to thank you for joining me once again. And I can't wait to see you in the next video.